When a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer, one of the first questions she and her family often ask me is, does this mean my daughter or sister will also get it? It's a very real fear. And while most breast cancers happen by chance, a small percentage are hereditary, that is, linked to the genes passed down in families. Understanding this difference can save lives because it helps women make better choices about prevention, screening, and sometimes even preventive surgery. In this video, I'll explain hereditary breast cancer in detail, the role of BRCA genes and other genes, how genetic testing works, who should consider it, and what steps high-risk families can take. Hello, I'm Dr. Niharika, breast oncosurgeon at SSO Cancer Center. On this channel, I simplify breast cancer knowledge so that the patients and families feel informed, supported, and never alone in their journey. Today, we'll discuss how common hereditary breast cancer is, BRCA1 and BRCA2, which are the most common genetic mutations. Other important genes like PALB2, CHEK2, P53, and more. Red flags in family history. What genetic counseling and testing involves. What the results mean. And how to manage risk if you are high risk. And the psychological impact on families. This will be a complete guide. So let's get started. Now, how common is hereditary breast cancer? Most breast cancers are sporadic, meaning they happen by chance. Only about 5 to 10% are hereditary. That is, caused by a gene mutation passed down in families. So for most women, a diagnosis does not mean that their daughters or sisters will also get it. But for the smaller group where the hereditary mutations are present, the risk can be dramatically higher. That's why knowing whether you fall in this group is so important. BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes. Two of the most famous genes linked to hereditary breast cancer are BRCA1 and BRCA2. Normally, they help repair DNA damage and prevent cancer. But mutations in these genes increase the cancer risk significantly. Now, women with BRCA1 or 2 mutations can face up to a 45 to 70% lifetime risk of breast cancer compared to just 12% in a normal individual. They also have higher ovarian cancer risk. Men with BRCA2 mutations may also have increased risk of male breast cancer and prostate cancer. So BRCA1 and BRCA2 are not the only genes. They are the most common and the most studied, but not the whole story. So what are the other genes that are linked to breast cancer? Several other genes can also raise breast cancer risk. These include PALB2. It works with BRCA2 and mutations increase the breast cancer risk. CHEK2 and ATM, it's linked to moderate increases in risk. P53, also called the Li-Fraumeni syndrome. It's rare but high risk for multiple cancers, including breast cancer. P10, CDH1, STK11. It's associated with hereditary cancer syndromes. When we order modern genetic testing panels, they usually check not just BRCA2 but a whole group of genes. Family history patterns. So how do you know if your family may carry such a mutation? The red flags include multiple close relatives with breast cancer, especially on the same side of the family. Breast cancer at a young age before 40. Male breast cancer in the family. Families with both breast and ovarian cancer. Known mutation in BRCA or other high-risk gene in the family. So if you see these, it's important to talk to your doctor about genetic counseling. Genetic counseling and testing. So genetic counseling is the first step. A specialist will review your family tree, estimate the risk, and guide whether testing is needed or not. Testing is simple, usually a blood or a saliva sample. Now the results may be positive when the mutation is found. The risk is higher, but it's not a guarantee of cancer. The result can also be negative, which means no mutation. This lowers risk but does not eliminate it if there's strong family history. Or the result can be VUS, or variant of uncertain significance. Now, a gene change is found, but it's unclear if it raises risk. These are followed over time as science evolves. So, managing risk if you are high risk. If you test positive for a mutation, you have options like enhanced screening, where earlier and more frequent mammograms and MRIs are done, or sometimes risk-reducing medicines like tamoxifen for selected women, or preventive surgery, where a prophylactic mastectomy or salpingo-oophorectomy can cut risk dramatically, sometimes by over 90%. The right plan depends on your age, your health, your family plans, and preferences. It's always a shared decision with your care team. The psychological and family impact. So, genetic testing isn't only about the patient, it affects the entire family. If you carry a mutation, siblings and children may also need testing. This can cause anxiety, but it can also bring relief and empowerment. Many women say, at least now I know and I can do something about it. Support from counselors, patient groups, and open family conversations is essential. So to summarize, most breast cancers are not hereditary. But if you do have a strong family history, genetic counseling and testing can provide valuable information. Remember, BRCA1 and BRCA2 are the most common but not the only genes. Comprehensive panels today look at many possible risk factors. The goal is not to create fear, but to create knowledge. Knowledge that allows you to act early, protect yourself, and support your family. If you found this video helpful, please share it so more families can understand the role of genetics in breast cancer. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more detailed, patient-focused education.